NATO ICI Regional Center and Innovation Hybrid Cyber Division at NATO headquarters held today the first session of Climate Change and Security in the Gulf Conference, aiming to address finding solutions to the most recent climate challenges.
Indeed, Ahmed, the conference speakers from the Gulf region, NATO and allied countries will elaborate for 2 days on how to face the challenges by developing and implementing effective and practical methods. More details with our correspondent, Mariam Lidwahi.
A defining challenge, climate change, that making a profound impact not only on allied countries but also the world. The Climate Change and Security in the Gulf Conference provided in the first panel today challenges the climate change made in the Gulf region, considering the geographic nature and the human activities. In addition, discussing optional regional decisions for allied and partner nations to face and find solutions that work in best practices for each region, and also considering the nature of each threat.
As for the subject of the event, the issue of climate change and its severe environment impacts such as extreme drought, water shortage, intense wildfires, rising sea levels, and floods represent an environmental crisis and a global challenge that calls for joint international efforts to mitigate its risks and future impacts.
In recent years, the number of natural disasters increased tremendously due to deviant human practices and climate change, which made major impact on most aspects, imposing direct threats on safety and security of allied nations and adding more burden on development plans.
NATO has identified climate change as one of the defining challenges of our times. It's a threat multiplier that impacts allied security. We are a security alliance, and we have to deal with numerous conventional security challenges. However, NATO also deals with emerging security challenges, climate change being one of them. And that's the reason why climate change is mentioned in NATO's current strategic concept, as it affects the core tasks of the alliance: deterrence and defense, crisis prevention and management, as well as cooperative security.
The conference will focus on 4 major topics: climate change challenges in the Gulf region and the best awareness practices, options of practical cooperation between NATO and allied nations, maritime security, and the impact of climate change on human security. Climate change is an invisible enemy that requires an international cooperation. This is Mariam Lidwahi for the News Department.